we on now. We got a little late. We on now. Yeah.
We in this thing.
Dang, I forgot my fucking hat. Where's my hat?
You want to start over?
Nah, we're trying. Oh, here we go. Right here. No,
Yeah, quiz.
Hey, real quick though.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick though. Time to get another bottle of this shit, bro.
Hey, yeah.
You see it?
Hey, real quick though.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick though.
If you want to jump on this track, man, you know what I mean?
Hey, real quick though. Time to get another bottle of this shit, bro. Yeah. Hey, real quick though.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all already know who we
Hey, real
got.
quick though.
Y'all know my boy Houdini.
Yes, sir.
But we got another musician in the building, yo.
Yes.
We about to play some of his music. We about to vibe out and have a good time. He ain't here for a long time, but he gonna be here for a good time, y'all. We gonna make some noise for my new homeboy, Kwame.
Kwame. Hey, real quick though.
Hey yo. Good vibes going on out here.
You know it. You know it.
Everybody celebrate.
That's right. Hey, real quick
Give
though.
a little bit, let it be 100%.
Yeah, quiz.
Hey, real quick though.
Keeping it
Yeah.
real.
Hey, real quick though. Time to get another bottle of this shit, bro.
You see it?
Hey, real quick though.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick though.
Outside.
Hey, real quick though. Time to get another bottle of this shit, bro. Yeah. Hey, real quick though.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick though.
Got this shit.
Yeah. Kwame, how we feeling, yo?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm looking at nice people. I'm feeling the vibe. Everybody's having a good time. So,
Good vibes only, bitches.
well, they got
I mean
a
that in the
message.
most respectful way.
Exactly.
Where you from, Kwame? I love the accent. Where you from?
I'm from Ghana.
Talk
West
that
Africa.
shit. Talk that shit.
Oh well,
I got family from Cape Town, South Africa, though.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too. You know, Africa is pretty much divided into sections. You know, it's more like West Africans have their own thing going on that they can relate to. Like we have something like Pidgin English, you know, mostly spoken by people from the Caribbean and stuff. And then you go to the southern part, they have Swahili, and the central part, you know, they have Swahili.
I hear a lot
They got
about
that going on,
Swahili.
you know, and then you go to the north, you know, they are more of, you know, Persian, Arabic. They have their own stuff also going on. You know, you go to the east too, you have Ethiopia and stuff. You know, they
Familiar
also
with
have their own
Ethiopia too,
vibe.
yep.
So it's more like,
Shout out to the Kurtu
you know,
family.
Anybody that you meet, you can relate to them, but then within the whole union, as maybe Africans, you have subsections like the West Africans who have their own thing, you know, the same as South Africans who have their. So like communication wise, you know, sometimes I even figured it out. There was one time we used to hang with these dudes from Kenya. And then my homeboy from Nigeria, we'd be speaking Pidgin the entire time, you know. And I mean, we knew this dude for almost like a year or something. And it was one time that I'd be like, how come he gets quiet? You know, like we be cracking jokes and all
Yeah.
that. He doesn't say shit. He's just sitting there. So one time, and I was like, I asked him a question or something, and he's like, what you said? And I'm like, I repeated it in Pidgin. He's like, man, I don't understand. And we were all shocked. Like,
There's
y'all
only
don't speak
one
Pidgin?
word, right? There's
And
only
then
one
that's
word. Or
when
go
I
ahead.
figured out they be rocking with Swahili. So yeah, I'm from West Africa. So I could tell you a lot about how we vibe. Like if I meet a Nigerian, you know, the vibe is gonna be different from how I'm gonna meet somebody maybe from Kenya, because we're gonna be talking about different stuff.
Yeah, it's
but
like the same shit out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, what do y'all remember that movie Menace to Society while drink your juice in the hood? What was that girl's name? The one everybody got with. What was her name, like Dashiki or some shit? That's Swahili for doggy style.
oh, for real?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it said in the movie.
Oh.
Hey, leave it in the comments. I might be fucking it up. Dashiki, right? That wasn't that her name, Dashiki? Shoot.
Oh boy.
Okay, so being out here in the States,
Yeah.
how many girls have you got off of your accent alone?
And I must be real with you.
Wine and dining.
Yeah.
You know, it was never a thing till one time listen to this. It was funny though, true story. Funny, nobody ever asked me that. But so I'll be on the phone with this girl, right? And I was trying to, talk her to pull up. And she was, stretching stretching out for a little bit. And then I somehow was on my other phone and I said something to my homeboy in our language. And she's like, "Oh, what did you say? That sounds kind of hot."
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
So, me trying to pull her over and she wasn't trying to come through. My last resort, and I'm like, man, I think I know what to do. If she said that was hard, let me just start cursing her out in my language and shit. Man, started cursing her out and all, and next thing I know, she'd be like, "So, are you gonna be up? Are you gonna be up for a little bit?" And I'm like, "What's up?" It's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna come through that language, I want to hear more of that language." And I was like, "Oh, damn."
So it makes it easy, huh?
Oh, no, it never does. But that was the only time. So you never know,
Right.
People might like your accent, but I think it's a natural thing, Whenever you hear different accents, it's more like, it's very.
So it would be the same if we went to Africa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, now that you said that, my stupid ass, I don't mess around. I wouldn't, because I'm just a nice guy. But I'll just be saying the most wildest shit, and it'll probably just sound good. Like, "Dang, girl, I want to put ketchup in your hair and rake it up." I don't know, I don't fucking know. Hey, real quick though, I forgot to mention the music that you're hearing in the background is Kwame, produced by Quiz. And we got another first timer on the Realquicctho Podcast, man. This is very first podcast, man. I'm out here, I'm bringing people in, yo.
Yep. I think this is a good vibe.
And that's all we here for. That's all I know how to do.
And what about you? How's your relationships and stuff going? Somebody tricked you out of a relationship and tricked you to break up?
Alright, so I didn't necessarily get tricked out of the relationship, but they would just do stupid shit on purpose, and then I had to leave them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like not brushing their teeth, just being stank on purpose. If you stank, I can't be with you, yo. For real.
In my view, right, the thing is this. The other day I was just thinking, then it crossed my mind that, most of the time you hear some of these chicks, they be walking around like, "Oh, I broke up with him because he did this," right? "I broke up with my ex because he did." But then if you notice, they break up and in a week, less than a week, they already hooking up with somebody.
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh man, I don't take no shit in a relationship." Like you be hearing chicks be talking about, man, I don't take shit in a relationship.
They all single.
But you know why? Those be in my view, those are women who pretty much don't want to stay with one guy for a long time, but they've mastered the art on exploiting the weakness of men, to justify why they kept changing men and moving on. So you be with a girl and she knows after a month or two she's trying to hook up with somebody else, so she's gonna count on your weakness. Man, let me go through his phone. Definitely I'll find something to justify why I want to move on and go date somebody else. Or let me do this, let me do that. And if you notice, there are some girls that they can meet a guy that is genuine, right? And this guy is not cheating and stuff. But now they feel their limit. They want to just move on to another guy.
Because he too sweet.
And then all the tricks is not working, because to them, it's not going to take a long time before a guy will do one of the things I will use as a reason to move on, to go hook up with another guy. So what happens is that's when you see they try to go on offense. Now they want to check on the phone. They want to do this because they're just looking for a reason.
Because they doing the shit.
Up with another guy. They can't stay with one guy for a long time. So sometimes guys don't even realize that you might be with a girl that actually likes you, but they only like guys for short term, and then it's almost like they wanna bless the whole block. And now you are in their way.
That was a bar.
You are in their way.
Hey, a lot of you bitches is out here blessing the block, y'all.
They have to find a way. Those be the type of chicks that won't even.
I know a few of them.
Yeah, you talk to them a little bit, and you know what I'm saying, like based on my background, right? You talk to a girl, they're gonna look at you in the eye and say, I'm not interested.
See, and I can
there's some
respect that.
girls, you talk to them, they don't say I'm not interested. They just say, oh, I have a boyfriend.
Shit.
So now, she's just trying to say my boyfriend is in the way. You see? So those be the type of girls that almost like at the back of their mind, if it wasn't for his dumb ass at home, I would have hooked up with this guy.
Shit.
So now they want to go home and start causing ruckus.
I know some girls right now that'll bless the block for a Popeye's chicken sandwich.
And in Ghana, you know how we call them? Growing up when we were in school, my hometown, we call them transformers. Transformers because it gives heat to the whole neighborhood. That's where the power come from. Right? All the electricity is tapped into the you know what I'm saying? The
That's
transformer
cold.
boosts the power. So be like,
Getting that
that's
Optimus Prime head. Getting some of that Bumblebee.
that's a transformer.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? They're giving heat to everybody on the block. Yeah, so
Damn.
My hometown, my village, they used to call them transformers. And different
Oh, I can't.
places.
Hey, so you know what the beauty in that is? I can go anywhere right now and just go up to any American girl and be like, oh, what's up, Transformer? And she gonna be like, oh my God, thank you. Like, little do you know.
Heating up the block.
Little do you been with a dude with a Porsche, you been with a dude with a Honda. Yeah, you know how they be transforming cars, upgrading and shit. Yeah, little Bumblebee.
So different places, but it's the same thing everywhere you go.
Now that's what I learned when I moved out here.
It's just like even though I've been in the US, I see it like this way. It's more like the goals and intentions are the same. It's just that people have different approach to how they go about things. People wake up, they want to do the same things across the globe, but different routes. People want to have fun. But we have different ways that people want to have fun in different places. So you can find a lazy person anywhere. You can find an entertaining person anywhere. You can find a dull person anywhere. But I think to even be entertaining, it requires comprehension. Because you can crack all the jokes you want.
Preach.
If the people around you can comprehend what type of jokes you're cracking,
Yep.
they're not going to
waste
find
the
you
breath.
funny.
Yep.
So sometimes people go hard on themselves because they don't find the right audience to what their craft. You can put Dave Chappelle in French. You
And
take
they
him
won't.
to France,
Yeah.
take him to Paris. They're gonna just be looking at him like, what the fuck is he saying? Right. It's just because of the language, Or sometimes even in the same language, it depends on the crowd. If you're an IT dude and you're out there cracking jokes about IT stuff to people who maybe play soccer, they have to know a little bit of the technical stuff about so they can get into your world and then see the joke. So the problem is most of the time it's not because people can do good, even with music. It's not because people can do good. It's just that sometimes they don't actually pay attention to who they are trying to entertain. So everything that you're doing, I think you have to figure out. It's just like walking to McDonald's and getting upset because they didn't give you sushi.
This dude preaching. Okay, so with that being said, do you make music for other people or do you make it for yourself?
Oh, for me, I've always, it's funny because it just crosses my mind, and then, a couple of people had, me singing my own thing, and they felt like, oh, it is good. So for me, I look at it this way. If you are into music or entertainment, first of all, you have to realize one thing. When Apple is trying to make a new phone, they're making a new iPhone, right? They just don't decide that, we think a phone that looks like a car is the best phone, so we're going to make it. First, they consider if people are going to be interested in that design. And most of the time, most artists, they make this mistake, and they get cocky. And I make music that I like. I make it for myself. Well, you making a product. that is supposed to be sold.
Word.
Now you are here telling everybody that you don't give a damn about who is going to buy it. You have to consider the interest of
Very
the person,
true.
and that's
Very
why I feel like even when you look at certain artists, they have a lot of talent and skill, but they are never blowing because they don't understand that the business part. You are marketing something. You branding a product. Now you are here stressing yourself. It's just like you go to Vegas. Vegas wasn't designed for you to go up there and start looking for hiking trails. You know, and now you are in Vegas and you sweating yourself. Man, I hate this place.
Do your
Man,
homework.
why can't we
Do your due
go hiking?
diligence.
Yeah, so
Preaching. You sure this
have
your
to-
first podcast?
Me, yeah.
This your first podcast?
Yeah, never been on.
Dude's talking
anything.
facts. He done this before.
So it's like once you recognize a little bit about how things go in life, it goes a long way because you could have all the craft and the skill. Once I heard this guy say something, Michael Jordan. I think it wasn't him. One basketball player was saying that he actually asked Jordan like, "How you able to pull off the 40 points in the game?" And he said Michael Jordan looked at him and said, "Because you fools go on the court and thinking I just want to score 40, but you don't break it down." He says, "Hey, first quarter I want to just score 10 points." 10 points, and if you look at it, 10 points in a quarter is much easier. You score a free throw, you score 1 3-point. You know, you go to the rim twice. You know, you're almost scoring that. But if you look at it like I'm gonna
Yo.
score 40, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and then it's hard. But if you break it down,
Real
it makes
quick
it
though,
easy.
everything that you just said is something that I live by. If you got too much food on your plate, chances are you ain't gonna be able to finish it, and then you gonna damn near kill yourself trying to eat it all, and now you can't move because your ass is full. If your plate is too full, save some of it for later. It's okay to portion the shit out. If it's too much for you, break it down to where you can be able to consume it. I live by that. What the fuck is Kwame, yo? Shit. That is a buff ass watch you got on.
Oh man,
That shit is fly as hell. Cause my ass is blind, but I can see that shit.
now this guy's trying to set me up.
Nah, never. This is all love, cause I need a watch like that. But okay, because that's why I don't even fucking. I mean, I know we getting off topic, but that's why I don't have a smartwatch. Them shits is too little. What the fuck I look like looking at my watch like this?
I think when it comes to
Hold on, I really want you. You really talking some shit? I want everybody to hear you, so I'm gonna turn your volume up on this mic. Yo, yeah.
yeah, I think satisfaction comes easy. Satisfaction comes easy, but then if as a person you subdue yourself to basic form of things that thrills you, it can only go so far before it catches up with you, because no matter what you do, you're gonna find something, because it's part of, I think, human survival. First, you have senses to alert you that, hey man, stop doing this, it's not good.
Word up.
Stop doing this, and slowly your brain is gonna have to find a way to adapt. That's why sometimes you even see on a documentary, you see people in jail, they having a ball. They chilling, they having a good time in jail.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they don't know there's life outside, but if the human brain wasn't like that, they won't be able to survive. So whatever you subject yourself to, like if you notice nowadays, what is going on is you see a lot of people, they be like, oh man, I got myself a room. But first, the plan was not just to get themselves a room. The plan was to get a room and save and do stuff. But they find it, they adjust to it, and then all of a sudden they find other people with room, and they all enjoying life. So now the money that they're supposed to save, they say, oh, now life is easy and cheap. So they go out and blow the money.
Yep.
So they are eating
have
their
a
cake and have
temporary
instead of
escape.
yes, and then sooner or later it becomes normal life for them, and they don't even realize it. Oh man, gas is expensive. Let me just keep riding just the scooter. Oh, let me just ride a bike. So I'm living the simplest form of life. So then now you cutting corners
Because
and
the
cutting
gram
corners.
says that's
you
not
cutting
cool.
corners.
Fuck
you cutting
that.
corners. Sooner or
Ride a
later,
moped, motherfuckers.
sooner or later, you're gonna wake up and feel like, oh man, what else can I do to make things simple? The same philosophy people take to work. Everything you do over time, you get used to it. So they say muscle memory and stuff. But if you go to work and you know you're supposed to go through certain process, and because you are lazy, you're like, oh, wow, I feel like I can skip this part. And you skip it and nobody complains. Your manager doesn't say nothing. Now it becomes a routine to skip that part.
Yep.
And after 2 months, because you are lazy, you're gonna start looking at the part that you are not even doing the full course. You think it's odd. Let me find another thing to skip. Then you're gonna skip it. Before you know, you are doing 50%.
Americans.
And then you're still thinking it's hard. You see. So by the time that maybe you be caught off guard, then you yourself you're looking, how did I get here? So you come to work, you don't do nothing, huh? You know. So but then when you get used to it, it becomes routine. So now you can keep doing it, you know. But if you everything you are doing, go through the whole process, and if you don't and you cut corners, you're gonna keep cutting corners, because the moment you keep cutting
corners, and that's what I was waiting for. So I don't want to say who. I said it before, and if y'all want to know who it is, y'all need to go figure out which fucking podcast it was. But somebody real close to me said, "You got to where you are. I mean, it might have taken you a lot longer than me." But the difference between you and me is I got it fast and I lost it fast. I cut a gang of corners. I cut a gang of corners. You are doing your shit the right way, and you're slowly acquiring everything that you have now. And from if you keep going this way, you can only get bigger. Don't do like how I did it.
Yeah.
And when you get comfortable, you fucking lose, yo. Straight up. If you get too comfortable, you lose. When you get too comfortable, you fall asleep. And when you fall asleep, you miss a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's true. Because most of the time, it's information is also very important, because you can work hard. But then the thing is this: if only humans were supposed to live forever, then you can just say you're just gonna go through everything by default, because you're gonna learn, and then later you're gonna use that to your benefit. But sometimes even though you are learning, you have to also appreciate experience, because experience could be in the form of accumulated knowledge. Like, let's say if you're talking to somebody that is 60 years old and you are 20, that's 40 years of experience that they might give you that will prevent you from going through their failures. So sometimes you get to a stage where you almost like have a cheat code by reading a little bit, or paying attention to a lot of things around you, so that you can at least apply that to your mindset and not have to deal with the shortfalls that you might not see, or things that might blind you. But sometimes too, I think there's a mistake that we made. Like, let's say if you are 20 years old and somebody gave you an advice, because that person is old, or maybe he's a 40-year-old, and you took that advice by the time as a 20-year-old guy, and you are always looking up to that person. So now you are 45 years old, right?
You stuck
and you
there.
still stuck with the advice that he gave you when he was 40, and you still looking up to that person. But chances are, by the time you are 45, your life experiences had superseded his life experiences when he was 40. But because he's still older than you still think his opinion is supposed to be better than you. But the time he gave you that advice, he was even maybe younger than you at that age. So sometimes you have to have a breaking point where you look at things and say, okay, now I'm my own man. Let me apply my own experiences and maybe pay attention to this advice that I heard. Because chances are you could be 50 and still be holding on to advice that was given to you when you were 15 by a person that was 30 years old. And you don't even realize
I was
you were
guilty of
supposed
that.
to rather, you would have been better off advising that person at this stage of your life. But because they are still older than you still looking at it as if they are giving it to you now. So breaking point in those type of stuff goes a long way. Sometimes you have to let go. Somebody be like, oh, my mama told me this. Maybe your mama told you when she was 30. Now you are fucking 50 and you say, oh, my mama told me this.
So with me, right, growing up, 13, 14, shit, what? I want to say all the way to like 17. Me, my brothers, even my sister, shit, we was outside. You know, we kicking it with people older. We kicking it with motherfuckers that's old enough to get us drinks. And, you know, they what, 22, 23? You know, I'm 13, 14, 15. So to me, these dudes are the shit. You know what I mean? 15-year-old and you got your big homies picking you up and taking you places. You just happy to be in the car. You know, hey, how you get this? I'm gonna tell you how to get this. You know what I mean? Just stay down, do this, don't, you know, blah blah blah. But then, let's say 7 years later, what? I'm anywhere from fucking 20 to 27, and they're what? 30 to 37, if my math is right. They still doing the same shit. But they asking me to get them a job at where I'm at. So then I learned, I was like, damn, man, like, I understand you older than me. I understand you paved half of the way for me. So I still respect you. But when it comes to certain shit, like how to get money now, I can't listen to you because it was cool back then. But it's like when Dede told Craig, we ain't little no more. You know what I mean? And then I just started watching shit like, dang, fool, you fucking 35 and you still drinking High Lifes in a Chevron parking lot?
Yeah, it's true.
Shit.
I think one of the things that America gives you almost like advantages. You know, when you're in America, it's one place that you have a whole bunch of people chasing cash. I mean, the competition and how active people are. People go to sleep and wake up thinking about money because money makes this country move. So if you are in a country where everybody's chasing cash and you find somebody who got a little bit of it, then that person knows something. Because look how many people are chasing it and, you know, not getting it. So, however, the person might, and the problem that I've noticed also is, you know, how we say who is smart. Who is to say who is smart? You know, because most of the time, I found something that is very interesting, right? In America, if you go to, let's say, college or high school, what happens is, they say, okay, you have to get certain grades to be able to play ball.
You can pay for them grades, I'm telling you now.
You gotta get your grades. But the question is this. When was the last time you heard somebody say, all right, you are good at physics, but for you to be, or you are very smart, but for you to be able to go to medical school, you're supposed to go shoot 3 points on the basketball court first. So we all have different IQs. So who is supposed to say, maybe this guy was born to hoop, his IQ is high on playing sports. But now you're gonna try to say, oh, that kid that is in the library whose IQ is more about different things, is supposed to challenge the guy who does different sport activity. So now, because this person could have maybe played ball with his eye shut, now he can't make it with his IQ because he's been challenged to go into a different field first to get him to actually practice what he can do best. And so the question is, in society, I feel like we look at certain things and nobody really sits down to break it that, hey, we all have different IQs. Einstein couldn't save himself to maybe draw or do a painting, right?
Right.
So does that mean if the world around painters was supposed to be the hallmark of life, are we going to say Einstein should go sit somewhere else because he couldn't paint? And so if that is the reason, then who is to decide what IQ is bigger? Because in America, I've seen a lot of people who were not given the opportunity to practice their God-given talent just because they are forced to go do something else to prove themselves. But then it's not the other way around. You see, imagine when they say, oh, if you go to the colleges, it's dominated by Asian kids. Imagine somebody coming up and say, okay, if that's the case, you should also go on the court and do crossovers and dribble motherfuckers first before you can go do also qualify for college.
Yeah.
They would say it's fair.
Intelligence
so why should it be?
it's
different
subjective.
forms. So I feel like it's about time that we sat down and realized, hey, we have different forms of intelligence. You know, we have different forms, and everybody plays a role.
I know a lot of people that got straight A's, right? They real book smart,
but they couldn't apply it to life.
Take them to Atlantic and South and Long Beach and see how far. Tell me where them books can get you.
You see, so because you know, we have different gifts and talents, and so the problem is society have been seduced to look at things from other people's eyes and what they perceive to be important. Yet, without anybody playing different roles, it's not gonna work. You know, the doctor has to drive on the road. Somebody has to make the road. For Christ's sake, the doctor doesn't even know how to make the syringe.
Yep.
You know, you go to Japan, they're making the musical instruments. When was the last time you heard a hit song from anybody from Japan? Right now, we're using this stuff. You make beats, right? But you don't know how these machines are made. Mm-hmm. So everybody plays a role. If you give me the mic, maybe I could come up with a song or whatever, right? But I don't know how to make the beat.
Yeah, hey, real quick though. So that reminds me, I can't remember what movie it was. This dude, right? I wish I remembered the movie. This dude, how do I make this short? A robot replaced him because the robot was more efficient. The robot was faster. Whatever. You know what I mean? So what he did was he went back to school to learn how to fix the robot when the robot break down. Yeah. Some of y'all triggered right now. Y'all better go learn how to. When AI break, y'all better go learn how to fix it. Because machines break, machines wear down. Machines are, you know, they're just their bodies. They're made just like us.
Exactly. You know,
it's just instead of blood and bones, it's oil and metal.
Yeah, you have to adapt. Times changes, and you know what?
Damn, that was a bar.
Machines can do stuff, but there comes a time that somebody has to make the machine work.
Yep.
The machine can break down. So and I think it's one of the things that I think in the future is going to be scarier, because what is going to happen is, you know, everything that we are making, right, comes from our intelligence.
From our
intelligence.
intelligence.
And why are we able to make those things? Because we didn't have it, so we had to apply our brains a lot. But now you have a whole generation that by the time they are born, they don't have to apply their brains to do nothing. So everything is already there. But it requires intelligence to improve on these things. It requires how to think to create something. So if you have a generation who are going to be born that will never have to even sit and think about 1 + 1 is 2, because they already have a computer that they're going to press. Sooner or later, it's just like you being put into an environment where by push of a button everything works. You're never gonna sit there and wonder how this food come about.
I was about to go there
You're just
too.
gonna keep pressing buttons till one day you press and nothing comes out.
Hey, real quick though, you know what fucks me up right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is little kids won't type shit no more. Hey, can you enable the speak to text? No. Text that shit out yourself.
You see,
I got kids that will not do work if they don't have an iPad with them. A pen and a paper is too foreign to them.
I think, in my view, I've had this. I've thought about this a little bit, and in my view, I think, you know, we are new to this stuff, and they are also new. So, and normally you say your experience should be the guidance, but a lot of the times we are all hitting the ground and running at the same time. You know, my daughter is 9 years old, right? But there are certain things that pretty much we are both starting to do at the same time. So I don't even have the experience in it, because technologies come, and sometimes even though the person may be young, they might be ahead of you in the technology sense because they are playing with it more than you do. You know, and the funny thing is, you know, as much as we want to keep kids from computers and stuff, at the same time we have to also realize they are going to live in a world that we don't know nothing about. You see, So the thing is this: you have to strike a balance. Somebody says, "Man, I'm gonna keep my kids off the computers and stuff," but the thing is, rather than keeping them off the computer, you rather wanna monitor what they do on the computer rather than keeping it. Because why? You know why? Because the computer is not just full of bullshit for the kids. Their generation, whether they are playing video game, whether they are learning, whether they're doing this, they have a certain speed that they gotta get used to. Because why? Every other kid is typing so fast, whether they're playing game. So if you're keeping your kid off it, chances are they can't even be productive.
Yep, they're gonna fall behind.
Because the speed that they need. Because in the future, every kid, I mean, I have a daughter that is 9, but I feel like by the time she's 20, she can type on an invincible keyboard.
Word.
Because she's gonna know where everything is. You see, they're gonna be able to type. That you'll be like, where are the keys? But they don't need that. So, if you say you're gonna keep your kids off a lot of things, sometimes you might make a mistake. We thinking our world is what they are gonna live in, but they're gonna live in a whole different vibe world. It's like by the time they are 30, trust me, write a letter to somebody, they're gonna be like, "Man, he wrote me a letter. Can you imagine he wrote me a letter? Why didn't he just type it? I'm supposed to scan this."
Yeah, that shit's crazy, yo.
So a lot of the things we need to be careful. Because it's like a gift and a curse. So the best, in my view, the best advice that I think I give people is, rather than getting your kids off the computer and stuff, rather monitor what they do on it. Because no matter whatever they do, you don't want to take away their progress. Because maybe your son might have an advantage. Maybe he's typing 1,000 words per minute.
Yeah.
And all the other kids on the block are typing 800. Now you're gonna take your kid off it for a few months, and mind you, these kids are never gonna get off it. So once they get ahead of your kid, it's game over, because they're not gonna let go.
Yep.
So if your kid already have an advantage
Keep
on
their
something,
foot on their neck.
you don't wanna exactly. So you have to just monitor a lot of the things they do on it, and watch it, because some are making money off it, and we don't know this type of stuff. They know code. The time is gonna come, your kid is just gonna pick your phone and track you, and you won't even know it. You won't even know it, because when we were younger, we thought our parents thought they got everything covered, but we were still, being slick around them, and they didn't see it coming. The same way nowadays, these kids, they know so much about things that we think we know, but bro, everything that is new, they know better, because they use it more. And let's say something like TikTok. You might be older than your kid, but TikTok came and we all started using at the same damn time, and they're on it more than you. What makes you think you're gonna be better at it than them?
I'm shitting on all my kids in TikTok.
So
yo.
there's a lot of the things that we have to be careful and realize not everything that our age and experience can foresee the outcome. So we have to just talk to our kids, watch what they do on it, and monitor what they do. So that you're always on the computer, well, you're gonna only play games for 20 minutes. You're gonna do math this, you're gonna do math that, you're gonna do science, you're gonna do this, you're gonna read. So something productive. So by so doing, they are on the computer, but they are still progressing and doing something good. But
man, real quick though, so this is my take on that, right? I have an 8-year-old little girl. She lives for a screen, right? Daddy, the screen cut off, the PlayStation cut off, the controller's not working. All right, well, if you really love it that much, you need to learn how to figure it out. You need to learn how to figure out how to turn it back on. But I don't know. You know how to play it, right? Yeah? Okay, well, you need to learn how to find where the plugs go, learn how to plug it in, follow the cord, follow the plug into the console, make sure there's power going to it. Okay, so now you got it on, but TV's not working. Oh my God. Okay, same thing. Check the plug. Is it plugged in? Yeah, but it's still not turning on. Okay, there's 2 ends to a plug. Did you check 1 or 2? 1? Let's check the other one. Okay, let me go see. Before you know it, she figured it out herself.
Oh yeah.
So I don't mind her playing all that stuff, but you better learn how to troubleshoot it.
Exactly. Kids learn. I had this experience because my daughter was like less than 3 years old, and at the time she was home and she wanted to get out of the house. So she crawled and picked the keys and tried to insert the key, but there's no keyhole in there.
Hey.
So she's trying, and you know what she did? She walked back as a toddler. She just walked back and looked at the keys and saw my car's remote and pressed it, thinking, well, keys open doors. So remote, the car, she pressing and the car is going off outside. Pressing at the door and it's not opening. And she's wondering like, wait a minute.
She broke it down.
And the funny thing was, my car, I never had to use the remote because it's in your pocket, it opens. But for her to even be able to identify that, that remote opens the door, and it means they're paying attention in a whole different way. So there's a lot of it. And that time she wasn't even talking yet. Yeah, she wasn't even talking
There's
yet.
a study, right? There's a study that I think it's up to the age of like 4. They're really smarter than us. So since they haven't experienced enough, right? Since they haven't experienced outside, anywhere from since you're born to 4 or 5 years old, you're pretty much sheltered. You're only you're in your compound. You're in your space. Within that, you get to see all the inner workings, and it's like, for us, we got so much shit going on, and we tend to overthink, and we can't even figure out the most simplest, solution, even when it's right in front of us. But our toddler's like, oh, just put that right there, and then it's done. And it's like, what the fuck? How the fuck?
Because they are just downloading.
There's a study.
Data. They are just,
there was a study done on it. I wish I know a lot of shit, but I'm dumb at the same time.
They don't have
fuck.
insecurity. They don't have, and then
they don't have any worries.
Distractions. Nothing distracts them. So that's why their memory is so good. Because for us, it all depends when you heard something and the value of it. That's how you're gonna save it. And for you to be able to say something, it has to come through what you were doing and the value you place on it. So sometimes if you already have some thought process, sometimes you are holding a thought and somebody says something to you, sometimes you just look at them and it's like, oh, okay, but you didn't really hear because whatever you are, your brain is focused on that much. And like we say, time goes faster the more you grow, but it doesn't keep going faster. Time goes faster till maybe you are 65 and then start going in reverse, start going slow. So, but why does it happen like that? Because we still have just the 24 hours when you were born. And when you were born, all you care about is you eat, play, and go to sleep with the 24 hours. So you had a lot of time for a day. You're not thinking about nothing else. Food, play, and go to sleep.
Pretty much. You ain't thinking about no dishes. You ain't thinking about cleaning your room.
Kids. You have responsibility. It's still the 24 hours that you are packing these things in.
You just got a lot more to do in there.
Yeah, you got to plot evil sometimes, or in the 24 hours. You got to think good, or in the 24 hours. You become a boss, you get promoted, or in the 24 hours. Then all of a sudden, your kid is 18 less, so you have a little bit spare time. The next thing you know, you go on retirement, 8 hours spare time. All of a sudden you are 70 and then back to
you ain't got shit to do.
And then time is slow.
Your kids ain't thinking about you.
It goes in reverse. So you might see somebody in their 80s and you are pitying them that they have only maybe 5 years to live. But in their mind, in their world, that 5 years is almost like 40 years to us. Because when they are 80, a day looks longer. Because the 24 hours, there's no any responsibility.
Right.
So they're just chilling. By 80, right now, if you retire, even during the COVID, people caught up on all the reality shows they wanted to watch.
Yep.
They finished and then they started fighting with their husbands, spouses. Because first they were happy, right? Leave it up. Oh, honey, let's watch this TV.
Word up. It's crazy how shit
they
come
finished
full
Game
circle.
of Thrones.
It's crazy. Look, you're born in a diaper, and God willing, you die in a diaper too.
Yeah, go back to the same mindset. You see, so once you have the opportunity with time, it's only good. But then you don't want to have time that it's almost like free for you. Because why? If you are less productive, sooner or later you're gonna run out of things that interest you. You know, because why? The sense of accomplishment is what keeps us going. That's why you have a lot of time. They say some rich people or rich kids, they commit suicide, they do a lot of things. Why? Because even to save to buy something, the day that you finally made the money to go buy it brings you excitement. But a rich kid has never had that excitement in their life because everything that they wanted, they just get it. So it doesn't bring them the excitement. They don't look forward to the day that, oh man, the day that I'm
got a story about that too.
You know, celebrities and stuff. You see them sometimes they be like, oh man, even maybe getting a new meeting a girl doesn't excite them because why?
Because they fucking look like Denzel Washington and The Rock had a baby their whole life.
Because anything that is already there is not something that intrigues the mind.
If it's given to you, it's appreciated a lot less, yo.
Yeah, so
that's for you simple-minded folk. All right. If it's given to you, you don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
All right. So like perfect example, right? When I was little, right, and I had to wash the dishes, I didn't want to wash the dishes. I used all the damn liquid soap. But now that I'm grown, it's different when I gotta buy it. You know, put more than 2 drops in that damn water and see what happens to you. Your little tablet gonna be gone. Oh shit! Hey, segment of the show, phone check time. This is
bad.
No. This is a segment on my show. Phone check, homie. Let's see who care about us. That's quite you. See, I appreciate brothers like you because I don't like being the smartest person in the room.
I think it's a curse.
I ain't get shit. I just got a bunch of bills. You need to pay your bill. I ain't paying shit. Fuck you guys. Stop paying your credit cards, y'all. Stop paying your credit cards. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, real quick though, too, man. If y'all like the promo video, my new one that just dropped, please, man. Look, hey, my brother right here to my left and your right, hit him up.
Oh, thank you.
Cause you know what I mean. Hit him up, and then Kwame, you know what I mean. If you need that action on your track, is it Kwame or Kwame?
Kwame. I'm just trying it, you know, because whatever is on my mind, I just want to get it out for people to be entertained by it, you know, because it's more like sometimes you have the feeling that you think something crosses your mind, and you brush it off, but chances are, with all the billions of people that have ever lived, you are the first person that have ever thought of that. But you never give yourself that credit to think that you are something.
Yeah, because you're like, that ain't gonna work.
So,
nah,
so
give yourself
you
more
brush
credit.
it off. You know, so sometimes it's good to the moment that you sat down and felt like, oh, you got entertained by somebody else thought. Chances are you could also entertain somebody else by your thought process, but it's just that you didn't look at it that way, you know. So no matter what you're doing, certain times things will cross your mind, and you like they say, everybody is an artist in the shower.
That's where I get all my shit from.
But only few people feel like maybe I need to say this for somebody else to hear it, you know, because you never know. Sometimes something will cross your mind, and you just feel like, oh man, that's nothing. But if everybody thought that way, where would we be? You know. So
when did you know you were a creator?
Me, for some reason, even since I was a kid, I always felt like, even when I feel like I prefer to sing my own song to myself. You know, and I think I even was telling you, like, I was in a farm. Right? We used to go to the farm a lot, and my uncle was not far from me, and apparently he could hear what I was singing. And all of a sudden he's like, "And I'm going home. You got me fucked up. How can a little kid be making
sound
me
like an
messing,
uncle,
with my, messing with my mood like that? Because what I was singing,
Hey, better stop playing with me, man.
caught his attention, and he felt like, God damn, I'm saying something that is like kind of sad or something. I'm singing something that is deeper. To him, it was like deep, like, what the heck, man, I'm supposed to be productive here, and you got me all fucked up.
Yeah, because we're not really with that. What is it? What do they call it? Mental health. I understand it, but I'm from a different area, yo. Toughen the fuck up. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I feel like, you just have to, look at yourself from, it's almost like you remove yourself from out of body experience and look at yourself and feel like, would I be interested in what I was thinking if somebody else came up with this? And once you start doing that, you realize, there's so many things that, it's just like sometimes you can crack a joke. A lot of people, sometimes your friends say you are funny. Everybody say you are funny. But you never looked at it like, maybe there's little crowd that you always have felt like you're funny. So chances are if you had a bigger microphone, the rest of the world would have also said you were funny. And then you could have made money. But now maybe you are doing some job that you're not making nothing. But because you are not appreciating the light that is shining on you.
Hey, so real quick though, listen to your people, because that's why I started doing comedy now. I've been funny my whole life. But once I was able to slow down and listen, because I used to talk a lot. I still talk a lot, but the difference is I listen too. You can't fucking listen when you're too busy talking. Shut up and listen. And I did it, and look where your boy's at now, baby.
Oh, now that you said that, let me come up with a joke then.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Real quick though, man. Levity Live, New Year's Eve 2 shows booked. Make sure you get your tickets. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, quiz.
So these mice, right? They were trying to prove who is the toughest in the neighborhood, right?
Okay, I'm following.
The first one goes, man, for about 6 months, I've been eating all the cheese in the traps, but I'm so fast that I'll beat the trap. I'll take out the cheese and run away before it hits. So, man, you guys ain't tough. And the other guy goes, wow, that is toughness. Right, and the second one sat there, is like, how do I beat this? Well, lately, I thought about, eating a little bit of whatever they've been putting on it that be killing everybody, but I just don't eat enough. So it makes me sick. And now I can eat the whole thing and it doesn't kill me because I've developed immunity. So that's why you're all saying I'm chubby, because I'm eating good. But if you try to follow my path, you're gonna die. If you think you are tougher than me, follow me and let's go eat. And they were all like, oh man, you're tough. So the third one looked at it, he didn't have nothing to say. He's like, you seen that pregnant cat out there walking over there? Yeah, I'm the baby daddy.
Damn! Y'all over here talking about who can eat the cheese, and he over here.
How does a mouse hit a cat and got it pregnant? He's like, yeah, you guys think you're tough.
Yeah, y'all go ahead, tough guy. I'm getting some. He getting pussy both ways.
That cat is my baby daddy.
Yeah.
So I guess
I don't have no jokes like that. My shit just be real life experiences, man.
Oh, that's better.
We've been laughing damn near the whole time since I picked the mic up. This is off of Corona.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Hey, real quick though, Corona, come on. This ain't the first time, yo. Where's my camera? This ain't the first time, Corona. Come on. I need cases. Come on, Coronas. Hold on, we're gonna do you one better, man. Just hold the can, bro. Just hold the can. What is this, extra? Yeah, come on. Please, I'm gonna tag you in this. Y'all come. Hey, the Realquicctho Podcast, man. Black Trouble TV. Houdini the producer. Kwame the artist. You know what I mean? We making do with what we got, and damn it, we making this shit look good, yo.
Yeah, so think I'm gonna give a challenge. Anybody that hears this, right? Let me see anybody hears this the first time and be able to repeat it, because that's what I feel like.
He's been on a few podcasts, yo.
Somebody told me this, right? And I feel like even maybe in the comment section and everything, watch it and see if
He's been on. This ain't his first pod.
If people are gonna be, oh no, this is my first time, man.
I'm
Thank
fucking with you.
Sure. So
You just got a fucking
I'm
hidden
about
talent,
to go,
yo.
I'm about to go off, so let's hear it. I went to Arkansas and I saw a sword that can outsaw any sword that you ever saw. If you think the sword that you saw in Arkansas can outsaw the sword that I saw in Arkansas, then I would like to see your sword saw, which must be an eyesore.
What in the fuck did you just tell to me? I don't know what the fuck you just said to me. I don't know if it's the Corona or if it's the Mererona. I'm just kidding. I didn't smoke. Damn, he said, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, but don't give a fuck, driving the truck, got a couple of bucks and is ready to fuck.
Yeah, you see?
Listening to Young Buck.
See? So at least now you're going to have a challenge.
Hey, I like that. That
Like,
shit.
hey,
I like that, yo.
Let them be honest with their friends and hear it one time and say, okay, repeat it. If they could repeat it, maybe they
Hey,
should
real
be
quick though,
rewarded.
man, you know how many times they're gonna rewind that shit back? They've been like, wait, go back. Okay.
Yeah.
He said he saw the seesaw that she saw, and he saw.
I'm gonna do them a favor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do them a favor and repeat it one more time.
yeah, do it one more time. All right.
I went to
put the mic.
Okay, I went to Arkansas and I saw a sword that can outsaw any sword that you ever saw. If
Okay.
you think the sword that you saw in Arkansas can outsaw the sword that I saw in Arkansas, then I would like to see your sword saw, which must be an eyesore.
I got a chainsaw, motherfuckers. How about that? Yeah, I got it that time. I'm probably all the way wrong. I got a chainsaw though. And then
I think the cheat code is when somebody is saying something, the mistake we make is we try to listen to the words instead of just trying to understand what the person is saying.
Yeah.
You know, if you can go watch a movie 3 hours, right? But after the movie, you'll be able to quote a lot of the scenes in the movie, right? Because
I don't give a fuck,
because you
Keisha.
sat there and felt like they are speaking your language, so you don't need to listen to the words. You just chilling. So your brain works differently. But if it was like an academic stuff that you went 3 hours, you're gonna say 3 hours is oh man, maximum overload. But you watch a movie 3 hours after the movie, you understand everything. You followed every part of it because you just sat there and didn't tell your brain that it was gonna be a challenge. So your brain was comfortable.
smart as hell.
So
yo.
normally, instead of following the words, just understand what is being said, and after that, the words will come to
I'll be
you.
right back.
Because once you understand something, the words is gonna come to you. But if you follow the words, then it makes it hard.
That's true. Man, Kwame, very intellectual brother.
Oh,
man.
bro, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not. When you're poor, you learn things quick, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
that's it for
survival.
sure.
So everything is, But I think like it's fun. Everybody has to have fun. No matter what you do, you gotta find a way. Because if you're not having fun with something, then it's hard to adapt to something that is hard. That's why
You're going to get tired of doing it.
exactly.
You know
No
what I'm
matter what is going on, you gotta find a way to smile about
saying? You got to
it.
have a
and-
passion. You got to
and-
find a passion.
Yeah, but the problem is,
Passionate
if
about
you
the
are
things
smiling
do.
about everything, people think everything is easy for you, but they don't realize maybe it's just that you've toughened up to find a way to keep it challenging. So,
Sure.
yeah, this has been a good vibe. And we got
you already know. It's
good vibes.
It's good
only.
vibes only, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You know how we rock this way.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, real quick though.
And this guy
through
here is
real
a
quick
good
though.
producer,
Just
so-
like that, you know what I'm saying? Come through on point, you know what I
Hey,
mean?
y'all know me. I got a little bladder, man. Hey, those that know me, y'all know I got a little bladder, man. Leave me alone, man. You gotta go potty, okay? A nigga gotta go potty every once in a while.
oh man.
Okay, so, damn, I know you gotta get out of here, but fuck, man, you might just have to fucking pull all nighter with us, kid, for real. So, listening to you speak, okay? Because you, to an extent, you sound a lot like me. And I say that in the most complimentary way
Thank
possible.
you, bro.
I say that to say, when did you? Because you got to feel secure. Because you talking some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I only like listening to people talk a lot when they know what they're talking about. So when did you like? What did you have to go through to like know yourself? If that makes sense, like.
Oh yeah, I feel like naturally, you know.
Because I know there be a lot of bullshit foods out
Everybody
there.
has influences and movements in themselves, but then it gets to a point you start to realize who you are boils down to when you start looking back. You know, when we were kids, we were influenced by a lot of the things, but some of them you grew out of it. And then you look back and certain things you like as a kid and you still like it. You know, that gives you, tells you a lot about who you are. You've always been that way. Certain things, there are even music. There are some songs that you like as a kid and you still like it. There's some movies that you like you'll be like, oh, because they are kids, they are just BSing. Then you grow up and
Shit,
you look
I
back
still
and
watch
I
the
wasn't
Rugrats.
BSing. And at the same time, having the right people around you too sometimes can also tell you a thing or two. Like, hey man, you good at this, or you like this. So you have to just pay attention to yourself and not be more of looking for validation from other people, because I feel like that is what has curbed a lot of people. Like even like I said, I always would be in a car maybe singing to myself, right? Until one time I'm driving with my friend and my playlist, one voice note came through it, and he's like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Me." Like, "Man, that's not you." And so sometimes you shy about your own voice. Like for me personally, even my thing is, I'm not the type that I feel like I want to make music. I feel like I want to, if I'm able to put it there, somebody that's trying to do music, because somebody can rap good, but maybe they can't come up with a hook, and they can utilize it, But then somebody can tell you, hey, why don't you just do it yourself, So it's like you try it and see if you are better off, because certain things will cross your mind, and you feel like, I'll give you an example, sometimes I was with this lady, and I was pretty much saying that, oh, this thought crossed my mind, this song crossed my mind, but she took it personal, because she's thinking, and I said, no, when you are creating, it's not personal, it's creativity. It's like you writing a movie. You can write a movie that maybe you are Rambo. It doesn't mean
artists
you are Rambo,
sensitive.
but people get sensitive.
Artists are
and
sensitive.
And then, so I see it like this. Certain things will cross your mind, like a song can cross your mind that you yourself, you feel like it's supposed to be sung by a female, right? Because maybe based on what you are writing or what is crossing your mind is best, it's supposed to be a female experience.
Right.
And then the question is, how do you even tell a person or sing it to a person without them looking at you like, man, how the heck you came up with this? Because it's the same way like you could be talking to, maybe if you're dating a lady, right? I had this hook, and I was pretty much, she was listening to it, and I said, I'm looking for a side chick. I'm looking for a
side chick. Hey, wait, let me stop. I'm not looking. I just like the sound.
And then I switched it to how these people Migos, the way they rap. Straight out looking for side chick just for the purpose of having sex practice. I'm here looking for side chick just for the purpose of having sex practice. I'm here looking for side chick just for the purpose of having sex practice. I'm here looking for side chick just for the and she's like, what do you mean? You see, because she took it personal. What do you mean?
This ain't about you. This
and
is
I
just
said, like, this is something that's supposed to be fun. But all of a sudden, she turned it into something. So I had to put it. I had to, cap.
Yeah. Hey, that means, hey, whoever
like,
you are, what camera? What camera I'm looking at?
You see,
this one. You the side chick. That's why. Hey, look, if you took it personal, you talking about you.
For side chick just for the purpose of having sex practice. I'm here for a side chick, the one that I can use for sex practice.
Hey, yo, side chick is sex practice. That was a bar.
Sex practice, then she out here looking for side chick. Just for
a side chick ain't nothing but the rough draft.
So it's like creativity. But somebody might just feel like, so as an if you are doing music or entertainment and all that, sometimes people might just think, oh, that's supposed to be your own experience, but it's not like that. That's why sometimes they accuse rappers, oh, they're singing about violence, but the same person that's talking about that will go and watch Tom Cruise shoot up a whole block on TV.
Yep.
And then they get entertained with it. But then they go listen to maybe a rapper. All of a sudden, the rapper is a villain talking about things, but they forget that.
Hey, I wonder what's the
and they go to the court. They go to the court, and they are unable to actually make this difference. Like, you ask the judge or the lawyer that is asking you, like, what are your movie collections? What do you like this movie? Yeah. Do you like that movie? Yeah. So do you think the director or whoever wrote the movie is supposed to be crucified like this? No. Then why are you criticizing the rapper? Because he said, it's entertainment.
Are y'all listening?
It's entertainment. So that is the problem. Like, because some people just feel like, so me, like this personally, I have a song that crossed my mind that I feel like it's supposed to be sung by a female. But then the question is, if I sang it right now, or if I brought it up, and I feel like myself, I'm feeling like, man, they're gonna be like, what the heck did you come up with this? Because it's supposed to be a female that maybe is going through heartbreak and singing it.
Look, man, we got emotions too,
but then
yo.
they're gonna take it personal, So I think people should also understand that creativity shouldn't be curbed. Like, at the same time, even us as black people, what do? You same rappers, right? Let's say the street dudes. You go watch action movies, you like it. All of a sudden, somebody sits there and writes some hard stuff. Oh, he doesn't live it, so he shouldn't rap it. But that's creativity. So now you have the freedom to go 100 because now you have the leverage. You can rap about anything you want. But that person now is supposed to be limited with certain part of their creativity because but if they don't write it, you couldn't write it neither. So that music, there's supposed to be a vacuum. But that person goes to the studio and that crosses his mind. Instead of you appreciating it, you say, oh no, he's not being truthful. Wait a minute.
I'm guilty of it.
We have to start realizing that is what is curbing a lot of us. Why? Drake came through and now he's breaking all the records. Right. Because he's doing the things that normally typical rappers would have been humiliated to do. Why are you singing like that?
Fuck, yo.
So then now they have to find a way to change something so their whole creativity that naturally they can do easily had been curbed by our own ways. So he has the Eminem came. Eminem said a whole lot of things that a typical rapper wouldn't be able to say. So he has the freedom in the studio to express himself in a lot of ways where you yourself, it's like you're gonna fight yourself to even think that way. So now your creativity is limited. So there's so many things that, in my view, I feel like we've set ourselves up for failure. And they have that to their advantage. But then at the same time, we also have, like, let's say Eminem has to also fight himself for not using the N-word in a lot of rhymes. And as a rapper, if you have to deal with that, that's also a barrier that is also gonna set you, because some rhymes, you gotta find the same way. So it's just like we set certain standards, but that also gives us a disadvantage. Since Drake came out, even now, way back, Lil Drake couldn't be taken serious as somebody from Chicago, like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. He's singing, man, stop. I think he said it himself.
Yeah, Ja Rule, yeah.
Like, man, stop that singing stuff.
Yeah.
Because, and then somebody will come from some place and blow because now they have all those other things all together. So we have to learn how to understand, separate art in a whole different way. It's okay for us to be honest. So say, okay, I rap and rhyme about things about my life experience, but that shouldn't also supersede,
like limit you.
Yeah, limit somebody else from being creative. Creativity comes from all kind of way. Imagine you telling Tom Cruise, man, you couldn't even punch nobody. Yeah, shut up. You're not gonna get this movie role. but maybe he is the best person to play that movie role.
That's
So
a
what
very
happens?
interesting perspective.
You know, so I see as you could be a player, but doesn't mean you could be a good coach. You know, and you could be so let people be free.
Well, yeah,
in the
I've seen
studio,
it vice versa.
You know,
The best coaches can
write
ball.
whatever. Right, you have a lot of artists. Sometimes I hear their interview. They say, "Hey man, I only rap something that is real." Well, your life experience is just about the hood. So, what avenue are you gonna have to entertain somebody else if you are gonna only write about that experience? And then you wonder why your record is not blowing anywhere, because how many people can relate to that? And if you experience. Why did Tupac make a lot of records? I feel like
I gotta give devil's advocate in a little bit. I
because-
gotta be devil's advocate. Okay, so the perspective, how you put it, fire. There should not be a limit on creativity, but from somebody, right? That is from that's been there, that's seen all that. You know who's with, like, I'll be straight up. You know who's with the shit and who's not. You know. You rap about it. Oh, that shit is hard. That shit sound good. But when it's time to come on the front line, you running in grandma's house. You know, you can make it look good. You can make it sound good, but it's not authentic.
But why wouldn't they use that to, let's say, all these actors, they're entertainers?
Yeah, see, and
So
that's
why
what I'm
wouldn't
trying
they-
to.
why wouldn't
I
they
don't
have
have.
the same
I don't have a
energy
rebuttal
like
for
You
that.
see, because that's what I'm saying. It's only good for a person because it comes from jealousy. First of all, have you ever seen any rich person wasting his time to ridicule another rich person? No, they only give each other high five and pound and keep pushing. But that person sitting there, man, this is supposed to be me. Well, you've lived that life, but
Hey, Will Smith
have
slapped
you
the
ever
shit.
been
He
able
slapped
to
the shit out of
think
him.
like that?
He would
No.
have been.
You see,
I mean, that's bad. Hey, that's my Larry right there.
The thing is this: you are from the hood, right? So you've already limited yourself to rapping about the hood. So now you can't sit there and talk about being on the yacht. Maybe your creativity could go and write something about
okay.
being on the yacht
Okay.
and doing all these things. But you said, "Oh no, that won't be real." But that could have been your breakthrough, even record. But now you're sitting there, and now the kid that is living in the suburb, rich kid, all of a sudden he goes to the studio and he go, I'm gonna even use something that I was telling you the other day. It's like you said you're gonna block it when they buck it. Why men block it when they buck it? You fool of cop. Said you're gonna block it when they buck it. Why men block it when they buck it? You fool of shit. Now that kid is in the suburb. He thought of this, put it on the record. Boom. He's making money. You in the hood. He's not real, motherfucker. Wait a minute. He came into your world and exploited it. But he didn't put no gun to your head to not to go to his world and exploit it and explore and write your creativity with it. But you just found a way to sit here and say you only gonna.
Dude, I
rap
swear I'm about to
rap
start rapping about fucking
you
yachts.
know, because
Fucking billions and shit.
It's a disadvantage.
Shit.
It's a disadvantage. You know, so I feel like even now I see rap is going to a field that we are the people in the hood are at a disadvantage because now they're going a lot into pop. A lot formerly.
Oh yeah.
Formerly it used to
it
be
sold
that
out. Yeah.
you can rap a lot and have a little bit of singing.
Yeah.
Hook, and it's good. But now you have to have a little more singing and more hook and just a little rapping.
Yeah.
But that is not because now a kid that can just sing or into pop music, he says they say, "Oh, I can do this rap shit. I just have to have 2 fast lines, and the rest is easy." And now you are in the hood, man. Why can't I have a lot of rapping? But you see, so now you are rather going into deeper waters.
Yeah, man.
And so it's flipping, you know.
Fake it till you make it, yo.
So you don't set yourself up like that. So it's better to look at it like, hey, it's creativity. It's a creative thing. You know, me personally like this. Sometimes I have some lines and some records that I feel like I'm supposed to find somebody in the hood or something because that's not gonna be me. You know, and I'm thinking about it like, but what the heck? It's creativity.
I ain't gonna lie, you right, yo.
If I wrote a
because,
movie,
yeah.
people will watch it and say, "Oh man, that guy, he can write." Tarantino, He writes all these. He directs all these movies. We appreciate it, right? But if it was a rapper or
Fucking
something,
mind blown.
we
yo.
always
What the
gonna sit
fuck,
there and
man.
say, "Hey, you can't do that. You can't do this." So now they take you to court and they say your rhymes implicates you in a crime, and you say, "Oh, you crime foul." Well, you're the one that said everything on there is true. You said everything. You are not there being.
Hey, my
creative.
name is Travis, yo.
Right? So they take you to court, and you gotta stand by the lyrics. But if you admitted that, hey, we are in the studio, we're doing everything, it's creativity, then you don't have any problem rapping anything. But you are already accusing people for lying, and now they print your lyrics, and you all of a sudden you say, oh no, it's not true. What do you mean? You can't play both sides against the middle. You see? So, in my view, that's my humble opinion. I feel like people should start realizing it that, hey, if you do that, sooner or later, you look at the number 1 to number 10 on the chart, it's not going to be anybody that is holding on to that principle, because why? You have limited route to go. You know. Yeah. Tupac even said it best. He says, we are not rapping just to rap to prove something. We're rapping to make money. We're rapping to make money. It's a product. You selling a product. Yeah. You know, you just don't look at it as just entertainment. You're selling a product. You know, you go for what it's supposed to sell.
How you feel about clout chasers?
I feel like it's a modern day marketing tool. It's a skill. You see, it all depends on how you're gonna look at it.
Because I could title this video fucking
it's all based
Jada
on
Pinkett Smith peed on her husband at Houdini's house. Like, you know what I mean? It's like some crazy shit. You know what I mean?
I feel like the only thing that is encouraging that is YouTube and all these platforms. They figured out it benefits them, not the creator. Other than that, because they're also looking for the views. Because even though the person who had the content is gonna get paid, they're also gonna get paid. Because they could stop it. Why would they be able to stop it? They should be able to stop it because the only thing they have to do is we have like and unlike button, but we don't have view and unview button. Because if like you wanna stop cloud chasing, and you type something and I'm watch 3 seconds, and you know, because it's all about cloud chasing is almost like having an I got you moment.
Right.
You don't like, oh, I got you, you watch it, I got my viewership. You know, so nothing stops them from doing that funny thing. But if there was an element where you can hit the on view button, nobody is gonna chase cloud no more, because anybody that watches it and feel like you play them, it's just gonna, oh, I took my viewership away. Fuck you, and they're not gonna do that no more.
Don't take my fucking views away, y'all.
You know, so I think if people really want to, people have something against cloud chasing, they would have advocated for on view button. Because to have an on view button, it solves cloud chasing. If you have on view button, now people will pay attention to what they put out there and how they put a caption or title of whatever they are posting.
I just found the title of this episode. Should there be an on-view button?
On-view button. If there's an on-view button, it will solve all the bullshit that wastes people's time. Because we all have that type of shit that sometimes you'll be watching something and be like, man, this guy.
I can't stand the ones that
then you look, I don't want this channel
over.
on my line anymore. But they got you already. You know
what
they
this
benefited
is?
from
And
you.
Somehow,
But
do you know it?
on-view button will solve a lot of the BS. They say conspiracy theory and all this. Well, if you get to a stage where you know the person is full of it, on view. Now you have solid contents on everywhere you go, because people will think about what they are putting on there because they want to get paid for the views. So now they're going to think through they don't want to fuck around with people's energy and time. You know, so in my view, maybe it's a good thing that people need to start having the debate. Should we have on view button?
Leave that shit all the way in the comments, yo.
Because it has been bothering me.
For it.
It has been bothering me that, man, there's a lot of things that, you know, I've watched. And the funny thing is, even let's say if they're investigating you or whatever, that people say, "Oh man, go and delete my timeline and shit." Maybe there's a lot of things that people would think you've been watching, but you never really did watch. You just saw it, and you know what I'm saying. And I feel like even it could be used against you. Let's say people people can be accused of maybe, let's say, watching kids porn and stuff. But chances are, did they watch
too
it?
Common.
You know, because maybe you just clicked on something, right, and clicked off. But it could be printed somewhere and say, you watched this. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but maybe you didn't watch it. Because most of the things, the view is it's just like streaming music. You don't need to listen to the whole track. You just need to press it.
Yep, and I was going to get there too.
It's already been streamed. You see, they get paid for it. So all those played and unplayed, we should have unplayed. We should even streaming. We should have, because records, when you go buy a physical record, you pay for it. But streaming, it's not all the tracks that you listen to. Just a matter
how long
of
you listen
clicking
to
it. It's gone. Video, the same thing. So now people put all this. That's how Soulja Boy came up. He said he put 50 Cent and stuff when he did. He titled his music Britney Spears. And all that. That's how Soulja Boy came up. He put 50 Cent and Britney Spears and all that to his title, so people were just listening to it before later it caught people's attention. Like, oh, I like the song. But if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't have gone anywhere. And that is the same principle that people are using for viewership now.
Man, real quick though, man. Whoever fucking titled their video "The World's Fastest Car," I clicked on that shit like 20 times thinking it's the world's fastest car, and it's always that song. I don't wanna wake you up. I don't want to bring you down. Help you. Fuck you. All right? That shit got like 13 billion views. Talking about the world's fastest car. That white dude with the suit on. I don't want to wake you up. Like, man, man. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
And speaking of cars, you know, the funny thing that I've even seen is like sometimes we see certain things that I feel like it's just that people haven't made the right argument yet. Because let's say you go and get somebody somebody that is selling a drug, right, or selling drugs, is doing harm to the community. That everybody understand that. Good. Now a grown man goes to buy the drug, right, and use it, right. And now we have to act like the grown man who went to use the drug was a child. So now we got to go get the person who sells the drug. Okay, good. If that is the case, why is it legal, right, for automakers to make cars that goes beyond the speed limit?
Fucking mic drop. I'm gonna go pee. Yeah.
Right? Did you hear what he said? Because where are you gonna go drive the car that goes 200 miles per hour for? Shouldn't that be a crime to make a car?
Only place I know is the Autobahn. We ain't got that over here.
Yeah, exactly. So where are you gonna go drive it? So if they are so serious about speeding, why wouldn't they just limit cars to go 100 miles per hour or something? What is the point of having a car to go 150 and having cops on the road with radars and stuff? What do you need a car to go that fast for? When
sometimes
it's illegal to go that speed.
But sometimes you do have to get away.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
It's really illegal to go that speed. So, I know that, but
you know, in certain emergency situations.
Yes,
you know,
so we can have certain things, but let's be real here. If by the same way they go to get somebody selling drugs, then shouldn't they? And at the same time, like I say this, even the law, you can't hold a cell phone and drive. But a cell phone, you control everything. But you can hold a whole big ass dog on your chest and drive. The dog has a brain, can jump without telling you, can bite. But in America, like they have this law, you can't have a phone in your hand, but you can have two dogs and all that. A whole dog. Which one can distract you? The phone, you control it, but the dog can do whatever reaction that you don't see coming. So there's a lot of things that I feel like, you know, in time, people can argue just as you pay rent for a month, but then we have some days that are 28 days in a month. Who is supposed to argue? Why can't we argue
America
that?
America is a consumer's country. They don't care about shit but the money.
The same amount. Why should I pay the same amount
Yep.
every month?
Same with insurance.
When we have some,
I didn't
3
get in an
months
accident this
with
month.
days
You should be
that
giving
are-
me a check.
that are short. But these are the things that I feel like sometimes in life certain standard has been set for us,
Yep.
and nobody sat down to question it, and it keeps going. But in the future, I feel like
Well, America
the same
kill
way,
people too.
everything can
I-
change. That's why what I'm trying to say is, that's why in my view, I feel like you can use today's standard to judge somebody in the past. Because if you want to do that, how far do you want to go? You know, because just now that you feel comfortable doing not to do this, you can go back in time and say, oh, somebody did that in that time, so you're supposed to. Because if you do that, it won't make sense. Even now you can have a pet, fine. How about the future generation comes? And they go, the best way to love an animal is to set it free. So you love your dog, but now you got to lock the dog in the house and go to work. And the dog is by itself. The dog is a social animal. They run in packs.
See?
Now you got one dog in the house. An animal that's supposed to be running with pack. One, how do we know dogs have language? So all the dogs that you keep in the house, from their childhood, they don't speak no language
Nope.
that they're supposed to speak.
Nope.
Because they never communicate with anybody.
You doing what you doing to the dog? What they do that? What they did to us?
So in the future, somebody will wake up and say, "I'm also going to advocate that nobody should keep a pet, and that person should also have his right to speak." And people are going to say, "Oh no, we love our pet." But if you love animals so much, why are you keeping a dog that can run miles and miles non-stop at home, not giving the chance to run? And a dog that's supposed to run with other pack. Their
I'm so
entire
glad I'm
life,
not the
they were
only
never
one.
raised by a dog. Think about it. The entire life of the pet, it was never raised by the mom. They never learned nothing that they're supposed to know as, you know. And then you come home and it's jumping. You say the dog loves you. You're the only person that it knows.
Word.
What is he supposed to do? And so, in my view, it's not like I'm judging or questioning people. I just say, you know, people should learn how to understand and not be so opinionated, because everything that you say, somebody can also poke holes in it. Because I believe no matter how much you think your dog loves you, if you let your dog go run with a pack of dogs in the wild for maybe 3 months, if they accept your dog and it runs with them for 3 months, and after that you stand 50 meters away and the pack stand 50 meters away and you put your dog in the middle, I can guarantee the dog will run with the pack.
Going
No,
with the
you
pack.
you know, and based on how we see things, we make a mistake and judge it. I mean, I feel like I don't have to judge anybody, but I just want to let people understand that they should go easy. Then say, oh, because you love your pet, so somebody else can do something else, because we live in different continent. How you see things might be different from how somebody, like a French man was so rich, he was on his horse, enjoying and taking a walk with the horse, and seeing somebody in a farm using a cow to plow, and he felt like the person is abusing the cow.
The cow,
Why don't
yeah.
you go buy mechanical or something? You know the animal is hurting. And, you know, all day it's pushing all these things. And the person looked at the rich man on the horse and said, "When did the horse ever tell you that it wants to carry you?
Word. Word. That's real shit.
Did the horse ever tell you that it goes to sleep and dream of you? You know,
Yeah, like,
being on his back."
Don't come
But
to my
you tell-
job trying to
you
flip
see,
my
so,
burgers.
me, I feel like we shouldn't judge nobody, and you might love doing certain things
Yeah.
with other creatures, but you should also, I think in the future they have to find. If you ask me, I would say, even to own a dog, I think at least you should own 2 dogs, at least.
Yeah.
Imagine being born and all you had to live with were, let's say, different creatures. You never
Like, damn, I got
heard
4 legs.
another
These
human
fools
being
got 2.
talk
Like,
to
what
you,
the fuck?
and once in a while you go out and see other human beings, then you just have to wave, and they get you closer and say, shake hands, and after that, look, let's go home, and I'll be back, I'm going to work. And
For 8 hours.
8 hours, you know, and so to the extent that people even carry dogs and say, my dog is tired. Wait a
See?
minute. People say my dog is missing. We use dogs to go look for people that are missing. A dog is either stolen or running away. The dog never goes missing. And nowadays, society, we looking at people even, carrying dogs.
It's real
my dog
shit.
is tired. Oh, wait a minute. The dog is tired. You run, you walking with a dog and you say my dog is tired. Now they put them on stroller and stuff.
I mean, shit, the dog been sitting down for 8 hours, 14 years.
Where did we get there? We get there that even the dogs can do things that naturally they can do. So, I just see it like in the future, there's going to be so many things. And as people, we just keep growing. We just keep growing. That's why I don't judge people in the past. I don't.
Man, me personally, I'm not. And for those that know me and know me well, I am not big on owning life. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm fucking not. I understand you cat owners, you dog owners, you fucking turtle fish, rabbits, bunnies, fucking gerbils, whatever. I get it. I get it. Okay. For some people, it really is like a coping mechanism. For some people, like, they say cats, they lower blood pressure. Dog. Man's best friend. I understand that. I get it. But owning a life, I'm not with that. Yeah. And then on top of and then what comes with owning, when you own something and you get tired of it, what do? You sell it. Selling a fucking life, I'm not with that shit, yo. Look, I will never knock anybody's hustle. Get it how you live. But if you call yourself a breeder, I'm sorry, yo. Like, again, get it how you live. I'm just not cool with that shit.
Me, my deal is, I don't have, if my opinion is I wouldn't do it, but I'm not going to knock somebody doing it.
Right.
But what I say is, people shouldn't judge other people just because they are not doing it as they are doing it.
Yeah.
Because I could say, well, I love dogs more than you.
Hey, that's
and you
fine.
say, I have dogs, so I love more dogs. I said, no, I love dogs enough to not want
to
keep
life,
a dog in the house.
I love animals. Just
you see what I'm saying?
I love them where they're at.
I love a dog enough not to keep one in the house. While social skills, things that they can say. Maybe they have languages, and for some reason we've broken their languages, so now dogs don't have any language because. Who knows? Every animals communicate. That everybody knows. But
so this is
what language are they
communicating
in? If you go get a puppy.
Man, real quick though, man. This might sound kind of contradictory, whatever the fuck. But I have a cat. You know what I mean? I have a cat. Not by choice. Not by choice. I do have a cat. I have a pet. I have a cat that stays in my house. Okay. If the kitty want to go outside, bye. Get the fuck out. Do your shit. Go live. Get in some fights. Back. You know what I mean?
Cats.
Okay. If the animal love you, like you say, like they don't fucking Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
The animal that loves you because I will say this.
You can have a bird.
Yeah.
And open the cage, let it go and come back.
Yeah.
That is the best.
And that's fine. My
like,
little kitty come home every night.
Cats are independent. They go.
You know what I'm saying?
Cats don't even want to be around you when they don't want to be around you. They will leave you alone, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that I get it. And if you have a dog, then find a way to give it a lot more freedom in a way. They should have a much. You
don't need to train your dog. You don't need. If your puppy love you, you don't need to train the puppy. The puppy know who the puppy loves.
They should have a dog vacation. Somebody should create maybe a place where
a
dog vacation, like 3 months you go leave your dog somewhere with other dogs,
right?
In the wild or even maybe in a park. Government should create something that you go and 3 months later you go get your dog back, so they have that experience every now and then. Every now and then they go play in the wild. And then come. So then at least they have the balance. They go. They come back and it's like, hey man.
Hey, little dogs are Karens.
They go. Fuckers. Maybe they also share the experience with them. Hey man, it's popping in the house, man. You guys. Oh man, can you take me to owner for some 2 weeks? Because we never know how they feel. But one thing we know is they are intelligent, but they are just limited in their intelligence. Why? Because
they're fucking.
What you can do is what you can do. Like J. Electronica said, he says you don't ask a bird how it flies. You don't ask a whale, a dolphin how it swims, because they were made to do so. A dog can sit here and can tell who is at the parking lot.
If y'all don't know who J. Electronica is, go look his ass up.
But you can put. Even a tiger, if you see wild animals, how they prey and hunt, right? It will baffle you because they were made to do so. They think, they plot. But at the same time, you could put a tiger in this house and there's a glass, it will keep trying to get people from outside all its life. It's not going to recognize that it's impossible. But you put a toddler here, even though the toddler can comprehend life and death, it doesn't take a long time for the toddler to know, oh, this mirror is me. You know, this because what I'm trying to say is, who are we to say that we are the most intelligent creatures? When most creatures takes 1 year
We
to
are
be the best that it
far.
can be, but it takes us 25 years for us to even fully get to where we want to go. A bee takes a few days and they can make their honey, and then when our toddlers at that time, they can't even they shit on themselves, right? So whatever you are designed to do, I think that's what you so. So they are just limited. But maybe dogs are also looking at us thinking, look at him. The guy is coming from the parking lot about to snatch his head and he's sitting here sipping coffee. Because the dog can sniff that, but you can't. And then you also look at the dog based on its limitations and you say it's dumb. Who are we to say that?
Right.
You know, because you've never spoken their language and you don't know. But one thing I can say is, if a parrot can speak, and sometimes what they're saying is just as we would say, a parrot can be here and say, let me out, let me out, let me out.
Are we gonna do it?
Right?
No.
So it's just because the parrot can say,
selfish.
let me out, so it's able to communicate. Meaning all these other animals, they have the thought process too, but we can't just know what they are saying. So that tells you they have a language. And if you don't keep them around a park and stuff, their whole lifetime, all you leave them is their thoughts. They can't express, they can't know any.
This is
human
why I
being-
think us humans is dumb as shit. Okay. I love nature. I love nature because nature is the only thing that is fact. If you put a seed in the ground, chances are it's going to grow and create life. That is a fact. I don't care about no human facts, okay? That's called a ceiling. Okay, because who? Somebody, I could say it's a fucking willow. I could say it's a pillow. I could say it's a door, okay? Man-made facts are subjective, right? And I say that to say that anywhere in nature, when a deer or elephant or a lion is born, any mammal, how long does it take that animal to walk?
Really last.
Exactly.
Like he said.
Yeah.
Exactly my point.
Some hit the ground running.
Yeah, they're doing what.
Sharks are born swimming.
That's what I'm saying. So
A lamb, an elephant, a goat, a horse, they're walking in hours. And look at our stupid asses.
So-
We gotta buy a stroller. Oh
so
shit,
we all have-
they need a diaper.
we all have limitations. So we
Come
can,
on, yo.
we can-
What are we doing?
We can say we all do play a role, you know, and that's why I always look at it that, you know, in the future a lot of things are going to change. You know, today you say you have passion for this, and you are blocking somebody from doing what makes them happy. Sooner or later, it will be your turn. Are you gonna be willing to give it up, that passion, when maybe in the future they're judging you with it? So my deal is, you know, let's learn how to live and let it live. But, you know, even anything, we should go easy on each other. Like I said, I never sit and look at people doing things like having a pet. That's a problem to me. No. The only thing that I don't like is when somebody's using their passion for their pet to, you know, make somebody look bad. Oh, man, you know, man, I would do this, I would do that. And I look at it like, wait a minute. What are you? I would say, for me, I feel like if a lot of ladies divorce their dog first before they look for a man, they would have been successful finding a man for their life. Because you're already married to the dog. And they don't realize it.
Yeah.
They don't realize it. You know, they feel the man is supposed to be an attachment to the dog because they have it all the other way around. Some ladies who say, hey, if you don't like dogs, then don't swipe right. So automatically,
Bitch, I'm a dog. Nah, I'm playing.
automatically, you are not looking for a partner that, you know, might love you, because it comes conditionally. The person must love the dog. So now you're gonna find somebody that loves a dog but might not love you enough.
If love
But the
has
person that will
conditions,
love you a lot-
it's not love.
It's been already taken out of the list because of the dog. So I feel like first you should find a man and find a way to see what maybe you guys might like a pet, or because you already had a pet but you're not happy, and now you know something is missing in your life. But then you say, oh, the pet must be part of the package that is going to make me happy. So by so doing, you are already limiting your options. So I feel like most people should reevaluate that part and look at it like, okay, if I find a partner that is not into pet, maybe this is the best way that I can go about it. You tell the person, hey, I know you are not into dogs, but I like you and you like me enough. But I know the dog is not going to live for more than 10 years. So please bear with me. And after that, I'm not going to get another pet or something. But just to say outright that if you don't like, if you are not into my cat or something, it's game over. Then maybe you should realize maybe that's the very reason why you are still single.
Preach.
There's so many guys out there that maybe they've never been around pets, or maybe if you're based on your schedule, if a person is somebody that is always busy, he doesn't have time to consume on that. So they're also looking at you like, hey man, I'm not gonna have time for that. So it's off. So chances are you've met 10 people already that could have been your lifetime partner, but because of the pet, you didn't even get the chance to say hello to them. And you don't
Dang,
realize
man,
that.
I'll be damned if I got
So-
left over a fucking goldfish, yo.
Man.
This ain't gonna work. You didn't feed the
Yeah,
fish.
these are the little things that society have. We are all struggling to find. Because the same way goes vice versa. Maybe I've also missed my chance of maybe not being with the person because maybe they had some pets that maybe I might not vibe with. You never know. But then the question is, shouldn't people start realizing this and saying, oh, rather than saying, if you don't like my pet or this, don't swipe. Shouldn't you have a third option and say, would I be, somebody you want to be with if I didn't have this pet? So maybe if that is the case, there should be a third option for the person to click on. So maybe the lady or the guy can reevaluate. Man, I think I love my pet, but man, I want to be with this lady. Maybe let me communicate and see what we can do about this.
I'm about
pet
to lose
situation.
all my white
So now you
subscribers.
can open up a whole conversation rather than, what I'm saying, no conversation at all. And same way, if you have a kid, some people say if you have a kid, no. So there should be an option for, room for discussion rather than saying, do you like a person with a kid? Oh, I don't like nobody with a kid. So, but then you've never seen all these people with kids. Maybe some chances are if you saw this person with a kid, you would have been like, man, I think this guy, I like him. Man. But now they don't even stand a chance to open the conversation. So they should have that box where people can be like, put in a place of discussion. Are you willing to, work around this? Are you willing?
If you were in love, would you deal with the pet and or
Because
kid?
they don't give you the chance to fall in love.
Ooh,
Because
bar.
the pet is already. You have to go beyond the pet to even.
You ever got
be
cock
seen.
blocked by a golden retriever?
Oh yeah. So naturally, yeah, everybody has been cock blocked by even a
Shit.
snake, a python. Maybe the lady had a python.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. Hey, look, y'all gonna have to excuse me. I ain't gonna lie. I might have had to fucking put that husky to the side while I get busy. Like, you don't gotta leave the room, but you ain't finna. I'm not getting cock blocked by no fucking animal. I'm not.
You see, and the thing is, I feel like
Damn, that was like 7 years
I
ago.
feel like temporarily, you see, when if naturally you can suffer somebody's stuff that you dislike if you're already looking at it from a temporal point of view. So there's a lot of maybe people that have not even figured out. They say, like, let's say a lady might say, all men are dogs, or all men want is to hit it and quit it. Maybe chances are they saw a couple of habits, but they just felt like they can endure a month or two with that and move on. So they never question you. But then the guy that is questioning you, they say, oh man, you are controlling. Maybe that person is looking at the long term. That's why they want to address that issue. But the rest of the other guys, it's not because it wasn't a problem. They just roll their eyes and, oh, well, let me play around this and hit it and run away. So you feel like that is never the reason for you to adjust.
Things definitely get blurred these days in the dating scene. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because
you're trying to take interest, but they're thinking about it the wrong way.
Yeah, so you say something, oh, he's controlling. Because maybe 15 other guys never had a problem with that. But where are those 15 guys? They gone.
Yeah,
and,
they ain't here.
And, like a lady who say, oh, me, I don't do this. Or even a guy, you could just say it. But I feel like it's dumb. Because I always say, me, I'm a tradition. I don't do this. I don't do that. Or somebody will also say, me, I don't play around guys who do this and do that. Then I say, wait a minute. If that was the best thing that you look for, then how come you're still single? If it worked that way, the guy that went past all this checklists.
But see, the thing is, sometimes women, they really like to stay within their comfort zone. They don't really branch outside of their comfort zone. They like what they like. It's either they way or the highway type mentality. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's true.
I mean, having pets and having children and all that stuff, that's all extra. And that's all things that, individual will deal with if they want to be with that woman.
Yeah.
I
feel like it's not even just women. It goes both ways. Guys, too.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like...
I've been seeing some buff-ass dudes with that little chihuahua. I've been seeing them.
I don't have any problem. That's what I say. I say, look, it could go both ways. Like, you see some guys put up his stuff. Some guys do this. Some guys, long as they're happy, good for them. But then the thing
Who's
is,
to say?
people find happiness in doing something, and all of a sudden they want to impose that on everybody else. Hey, this is how you get yourself happy. No, this how you get yourself
your
happy.
happiness can't be measured by nobody else's
Exactly.
happiness.
So if two
you
people,
gotta figure out the things that make you happy, but at the same time, you have to be open to having conversations.
Exactly.
Like you're saying.
In nigga terms, the girl that you fucking might not make me nut, homie.
That's 100.
I feel like that is one good thing that you can read human thoughts. If you can read human thoughts, the world will crash that very day. Yeah. And as much as we feel like we used to think having a video phone call would be the best thing ever, and from that day going, voice calls will be thrown away. Right? We used to dream that, but now we have it and we realize, oh shit, voice call is more important than a phone call or a video call. But we had to have video call to realize that it wasn't. It's important, call. But voice calls were so important than that. But way back, you said, man, imagine you could see who everybody you're talking to. Well, is it always that you want to be seen when you're talking?
That's
kind of the last thing you want is to be seen.
That's kind of wild that you bring that up because growing up, that's the kind of stuff. Oh, when's the first flying car gonna hit?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
Until it comes.
So what's being thought about right now that's gonna project? Where's the projection of our future going? You know what I'm saying? What are those thoughts? Because we got video calling, we got flying cars. What's next?
I
think like, and if we're not thinking about what's next, like you were saying earlier, are we trapping ourselves in that box because we've just adjusted ourselves to our way of life and our way of thinking right now to where we're not able to think past that video call and think past that flying car? You know what I'm saying? So what's next?
I always look at the importance we attach to things is what drives us. And like let's say even in the universe, how far have we seen? Because how far we can see always depends on a 2-trip journey. We can go as like let's say even if they want to fly, they go a place where they know they can return. So it means we go halfway. But maybe let's say we just sat down and said, how about we convince people to go on one-way trip to go plant satellites at the farthest that they can go? and then we can see from that point. So everything that we do, our limitations also is what guides us. I've always said this. They say people say people be like, oh man, Caucasians they do stuff. Oh, that's why, like they say white boy stuff, right? Well, but a lot of the things is why we've also discovered a lot of things, because impulsive thought process makes you, oh dude, it will be fun to jump from this hill, and and they jump, but you, boy, man, jump and die, so you never find out.
I'm not jumping.
And it all plays a role. That's how we've discovered a lot of the things. I mean, think about it. People, you had to be on the ocean to realize the ocean goes far. You think the person who got on the ocean was the first person who thought of it? Multiple people saw it and said, man, what if you drown? What if you... And that is why, in my view, we shouldn't attach a lot of negativity to things. And I say this because sometimes people see the goodness in you, but maybe the bug that has been planted in your mind to look at it from a different perspective. That because it's like they're saying, like, oh, let me do this because maybe I'm the black dude, because you're looking at it negatively, right? Imagine if you work at NASA, everybody thought, oh man, you're the smartest dude. If any problem, you will be the best person to handle it. Maybe you should be the one to go to Mars. Oh, I see. The black person is supposed to go to the Mars first so that it jumps up. The plane, you're all scared, so all of a sudden, but maybe they're looking at you as the most smartest dude. But because some fool somewhere have tricked you to think that way negatively, you are even taking offense. So with that said, even them thinking that way, that they're going to tell you, one of them is going to think, he's going to think you see what I'm thinking? He's going to take it the other way around. So now they don't. So a lot of the things rather pushes way back than forward. Your kid you looking through your kid's eyes, and you think they are looking at the moon, but maybe they're looking at the stars. And you telling your kid, oh, these people, they are hateful. Or maybe you're not telling your kid they are hateful, but every day you're watching TV, and somebody's on the TV talking about some people hating you, and you are nodding. So your kid is also seeing those people as people not to mess with. But chances are your kid was born to be maybe good with computers, right? But you've never exposed your kid to computer to spark that mindset. Right. Your kid is wandering somewhere. He sees a door full of computers. He's about to go in there. He sees the people that are supposed to not like him there. But these people will love him. But you've already planted that mindset. Oh man, to help. So they never enter the door. So the kid is never going to be the best they could have been, just because you sat there and put the wrong mindset. Yeah. So a lot of the times people co-sign things with their kid. Like you watching TV, all they talk about on TV is hate. People, racism, this, that, and you are there getting emotional, but you don't know what you're doing is you are shutting doors upon doors for your kid. Because now your kid are starting to look at certain people differently. But what he didn't know was, imagine if Eminem's parent sat him down and had him believe that black people were the worst kind of people. Would he be a rapper and be able to rap like that?
Hell no.
You see? Because he's going to just see like, oh, these are not the type of people, doors to go into. You see? So most of the things that we don't do, people don't realize it comes from all these things that we see, that we believe, and it shuts doors for us. Because we think, oh, this is not our thing. Oh, this is not our thing. This is not, oh, this is, oh, man, these people, they are like this. Oh, these people, they are like that. But what you don't realize is you are suppressing your kids and not go as far as they can go, because they are not out there to shake hands with these type of people that, you know. And then what we don't realize is those people are not looking at you as a negative or a threat. So now they can come and enjoy everything here and go and enjoy everything there. But your kid is already playing 50% of the field. You know, why is it like that? Nobody pays attention to see it that way. So in this world, like I said, you know, it's just good to, you know, look at the world as it's an open field. You know, you might meet somebody that looks certain type of way, but that's an individual. It doesn't mean anybody that looks like him. You know, and when you're paying attention, you gotta look at what you hear. What you hear and what you see are different things. Oh, also everybody,
1,000.
everybody. Tupac even said it. He said, everybody with Thug Life tattooed on their stomach is supposed to be a criminal, but. He said, no, everybody with a tattoo on their stomach or a Thug Life tattoo on their stomach is supposed to be a criminal.
Yeah.
But he was like, if you look at him saying it,
Yeah, I
it's
know what
different
you're
from just
referencing.
hearing him. You might
Yeah.
just think how he's saying everybody with Thug Life tattoo on their
Yeah.
stomach is a criminal.
He said, I
But
came
he
from
said
the gutter
everybody
and I'm
with a
still
Thug Life
here.
tattoo on their stomach is a criminal, you know. But he's like questioning that. But you can just hear it that way. And there's so nowadays a lot of the things you can hear it or you can see it, but you didn't hear the whole contest or you didn't see the fullness of it.
Yeah.
Then you get to chase something different. And we are 3 people here. We can watch a movie and have different opinions about the movie.
Word.
So chances are, if you watch it yourself and you told me about the movie, I would have gone with whatever you said. But how would
Until
I
you watch it.
until I watch it and be like, oh man, I like that character. You know, so we're all different. So if you wrote a book about that movie and I went to buy the book and read it, what do you think I would do? I'm going to fight against maybe a character that myself would have loved, but I didn't see the movie, so I ran off with your own opinion. And it wasn't because you're trying to deceive me or you had any malicious intention, but it still didn't serve me right. It sold myself short. I sold myself short going by your lead. So the world as we live in, I feel like there's so many things going on that people should start giving people a chance. You know, the problem is people are not giving people a chance based on prior
Shut up and
experiences.
listen.
Prior experiences and stuff. You know, oh, that's supposed to. Even in America, I've noticed sometimes people say, "Oh, you're trying to tear a brother down." I say, "Hey, wait a minute, I'm from Africa. Everybody's a brother. Are we looking at everybody and
Word,
say,
yeah,
oh,
talk that
so
shit.
I'm not supposed to judge anybody? Like
Talk
you think we
that
don't
shit.
judge each other? You know, so if we do that there, then here I would say I see human being. You know, so the problem is we should start realizing that, hey, look, most of the things it goes to play a disadvantage role for everybody. You could be any background, but just look at things like, hey man, I'm stepping out of the door, and I'm gonna be nice to people, and whoever do something with me, I would rather take it personally on him, but not people that look like him. I feel like that will go a long way. If you teach kids that way, then they can be a lot of things. Because look at us, even in America, we look at certain things that ice hockey. How many
Black people
different-
started that shit.
Not just black people. Other races don't even, because we look at it like, because you never wake up and say, well, let me go skiing. But chances are, maybe your son or your daughter could have been the best player ever. How many
Yeah.
people have been on the golf course to know that maybe the best thing you could have done on this planet was to be a golfer?
I love
But you
snowboarding.
never even gave yourself that shot. So I feel like there should be certain things like on the calendar between the age of 4 to 10, the government should have a roster where your kid will experience
everything.
everything.
Chess,
You know, everything.
gun range,
You know, they should.
ballet.
They should. Because there's so many things that people lived and they never figured out that was the best thing they could have done. So many things.
Imagine an all-black kayak team.
You know, so you never know. You never know that certain sports or certain excellence, it could be academics in whatever field. The world has never seen the best out of anything. Because why? We've never had a level playing field to see the best out of humanity. We haven't. And I always say this too, like even when we say certain people are intelligent and certain people are not, who can say that? Even in America, they say, let's say they say Asian students are very smart, but how do you measure that?
They book smart.
No, but how do you measure that? First of all, how do you measure it? Do you go by population? Well, if it's population, they are more than anybody on the planet. So if you're looking at how many of them that are smart against how many that are not smart, which people are going to be the dumbest? Because think about it. Is it percentage? Is it ratio? How do you go by that? So if you maybe here you are looking at the numbers that they have here, right? But if they were all smart like that, then we have billions over there. Why don't we also see that?
I bet they ain't smart at being homeless.
So everybody is the same. It's the approach. Because it's the approach, the training that they have home. Their parents get on them and make them, get serious with it. Yeah. So rather than just saying there, we should rather look at how and why. But we just say there are. So just as you are Asian, you're supposed to blow. No, they study more. You see, they study more. If that was the case, who are the ones doing all the shoes in China? You want to tell me a bunch of Einsteins are the ones doing the shoes?
Ooh.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it's the approach. We have to start realizing that. And the trick is, when you don't start asking why and how, and you just put it like that, then we refuse to try. Because your kid is, you good at math. Well, you are Asian, that's why. You see,
when
that's
it
what
comes
they
to my
say.
money, I'm good at math
but
too.
But they're not gonna say, "Hey man, how you able to do that math? How you, for you to? Oh, I study a lot. My mom make me do it. My mom hold my eyes. My mom, if I don't pass, I get disciplined. Oh shoot, my mom better not hear this. You know what I'm saying? So
that's funny. You said that.
That is what we are not. That is what we are not doing. People are not doing it like that. We say, well, we play good in sports because we spend more time playing sports, right? Somebody said, because of this, because of that. Then I go, there's no book that will say because of your skin color it's not gonna open. You go to the library. Is there a book that won't open because of how a person looks like? There's none. You see, so what I say is, rather than putting it like, because it creates limitations, right? We say, Asians couldn't hoop until, what is his name?
Jeremy Lin
came, boom, everybody, wow. Oh, why couldn't rap?
Man, shout out to my boy Tony. That motherfucker
Eminem came. Metaphors upon metaphors, they said we couldn't do gymnastics until this Biles, what is it? This chick that broke out, Simone Biles, flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping, and everybody, wait a minute.
Yep.
So Tiger Woods.
Yep.
The same way, like if you look at every different sports, everybody that focus on something, they come through with it.
Venus and Serena took over one of the widest sports.
We should start labeling things and accepting it like, these people are born to do this. Those people are born to do that. No. Because those people, they don't accept it like that. They go for it. But we just sit here and say, we are good at it. Because it's in your mind that is what you're good at. So from childhood, you focus on that more. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you an example. Jamaica. They come to the Olympics and sprint 100 meters and stuff. Okay. Jamaicans are winning it. We have a whole continent of Africa. How come because Jamaicans have just figured out that is what they can do that. So a lot of people go to trial and see if they can run fast. So that's why you go to Kenya, they always come and win the long distance.
They run.
Because now, I'm a Kenyan, I better train hard, I can win this. Because they start believing that. And they do it. The kid in India, IT. Yeah, I'm going hard. So then they excel like that. And the more people are going, the more they can learn and have help. But if you are the only person trying to do something, your uncle can help you. Your uncle can solve this, so then it's like you're learning everything by default. But all these people, Asian kid having a problem with math, chances are the mom can help him solve it, the dad can help him solve it, the grandpa, the aunt. So there's a lot of people that can help because they're all focusing on that. The same way,
Right.
you go to the court. Man, how do I shoot 3 points? You call your cousin or his friend.
Yep.
You don't call more than 3 people. They're going to show you
Yep.
how to do that. You see? But, because
that elbow.
we focus on that a lot.
Yeah.
So so it's like nobody's stopping nobody. In 2023, I always say that nobody's stopping nobody. We are stopping ourselves. And I feel like everybody talk about how good everybody is coming together nowadays, but at the same time, how many people really want to come together? Right? How many people want to come together? So I feel like we all can do good, and we gotta help each other, and that's how I see it. And the unview button, if you have it, don't unview this.
Man, look, on that note, yo, this is my least favorite part of the show, but we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Please tell everyone.
Nobody should crucify any of us, because
because I still can fight.
We're just trying to help.
Word.
With our thoughts, whatever.
I can
my
still
mind.
fight.
I said it, but I didn't mean harm to nobody.
You know what I mean? Hey, white people, please don't unsubscribe to my shit. I just don't really believe in owning lives. First it was black people, now it's German shepherds. I don't.
To me, as much as people even look at different group of people, I feel like in America, nobody wakes up in America to think they want to go hit on anybody before they pay their bills.
I don't wake up, I rise.
Right? Everybody wake up to go take care of their business. It doesn't matter their background. So the more we start accepting it that in America, everybody wake up and the first thing on their mind is how to get money and take care of their responsibilities before anything else. Then we should realize it's a waste of time spending our time talking about and trying to figure out the boogeyman that is stopping somebody.
Tell everybody where we can find your music.
Me? I don't think anything is out there yet. So
we got exclusives around here.
What will happen is I'm about to put something on my mind on there and then see how that will go, so.
Well, all right then, man. Hey, look, 1,000 views and then I'll get them to tell us the Apple, the Spotify, the fucking SoundCloud.
Yeah, I'm trying to have fun, because I feel like if you don't get your thoughts out, you end up, consuming so much in you that you mess around and catch a heart attack or something. Just speak your mind, and where does it go? The energy, where does it go?
It's a fucking waste.
Yeah.
But we're going to save that, because I believe you're going to be here tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow? Yeah.
That mean hell no.
No. I didn't. Well, let me know. I think
I got you, man.
I think a podcast like this is just like therapeutic, because everybody's speaking their mind, and and nowadays even to speak on a mic, it means you are very bold, because people take a lot of things personal.
I told you the cameras was going to disappear. And I can't even fucking close the show.
And nobody should take anything personal. So I appreciate
you
guys.
Hey, Kwame, ladies and gentlemen.
Fun.
Appreciate you. Thanks for doing this shit. And y'all already know, big shout out to my co-host Houdini. Again, y'all hear the track. He did it. Y'all saw the video on Instagram. He did that shit. But y'all know how I get down around here, man. There's no sunsets over here. Not one. And Quiz, you can't fall if you don't trip. Peace.